After 6 long years, we are finally back in Malalan for the start of the 2023 SA Rally Raid Championship. Over 30 competitors taking on the dust, the dirt and the tarmac here in Mpumalanga.
Rally Raid racing is basically driving off-road on gravel roads through the bush. Typically our South African stages are 400 kilometers. It's driving as fast as you can off-road. Some places there is no roads, which are quite tricky, but cars are built for that. That's why they've got big wheels, big suspension, and it's also very exciting to watch because the speeds that these cars do through uneven off-road terrain is quite amazing.
You've got the Kruger Park on one side and mountains on the other, so very limited on the terrain but very rough terrain and very abrasive on tyres. It was always tough, always a car breaker, so finishing ratios were low.
I see you were running this morning. Is that because the cameras are out or was that a normal thing? I thought they were going to do that.
My first time ever in Malalan. It's quite a dangerous route. There's lots of drop-offs, very little room for mistakes. Our focus this time around is just to finish and finish fast. Gerard, my navigator, is very experienced, done quite a few Dakars. He's done quite a few seasons in Rally Raid. We get along extremely well. I don't believe in fighting and shouting in the car. We all make mistakes and we laugh a lot, and you know, if you make a mistake, we say we'll sort it out after the race, but there's no grudges hold, no shouting, just good fun. You're orange in the morning.
I just take every race as a new race and just try to do my best. If you start thinking too much about defending your title and things like that, you end up undefending it. In any team, the first guy you want to beat is your teammate, so all three of us will try to do that. I've been there for quite a long time, and guys like Henk and Guy obviously are a lot younger, and they're very feisty and very fast, and you know, obviously want to win as well. But yeah, maybe the old man can still teach them a couple of tricks.
You want him to go out again?
So you can go.
If you want me to go again,
I want you to go once more.
Looky, then I'll go.
As factory teams, we build cars, but those cars get shifted down to privateers, and privateers buy them the next year. And the nice thing is that a privateer can buy exactly the same car that I'm racing as a factory team and race it himself if he can find the budget. You know, that grows the sport, and I think that's very important to make sure that that can happen. I think that's why our championship is quite healthy here, so I hope that can continue.
Calling the team boss, hear what he has to say. Okay, where's the usual pep talk that we get before the race?
I like your finish fast. I think that's the most critical one. Are we good to go?
We're as good as we can get.
Listen, model is supposed to hold this thing. What do you think? Ugly old man like you.
I'm a model, buddy. What are you talking about? They were paying me a lot of money.
Some people say off-road racing is just a rich man's sport and a pissing contest between guys with huge egos. There's such a fine line between success and failure in this sport that I don't think it's true at all. I mean, you can go as hard as you can for as long as you can, but one little mistake will take you out of the race. So coming here with a big ego, trying to impress people, it's just not going to happen.
A T1 Plus is the current top car that we use in the championship. In our case, we use the 3.5 litre twin turbo V6 engine that you get in the Toyota Land Cruiser, the latest one. 37-inch wheels. It's got 350 mils of suspension travel. Obviously makes it quicker in rough terrain. There's a lot of work that goes in to make it go fast. I really enjoy driving it, and it's really a great car.
If you have to gauge our championship competitiveness versus the rest of the world, and that's kind of reflected in what we've achieved with the 3 Dakar wins. Yes, it's not with a South African driver, but it's with a South African car, fully developed here, fully tested here. Compared to running a team in Europe, we are a fraction. We are working in rands and not euros, so we have to be very cost efficient, and we put a huge effort into making sure that everything that can be made in South Africa is made here where we can control the costs. So we are more cost efficient than I think almost anywhere else in the world.
I overshot the river crossing at the end, and my seatbelt, my left seatbelt came loose. 3 k's to go.
Tell the guys.
Mac. Yeah, put it now.
Check here, write the things down, eh? It's got to be blown out.
From time to time, things do go wrong in the car, and you can't always blame it on somebody else. Sometimes it's your own fault. The big problem with Rally Raid is that you don't get to spend a lot of time in the car when you're not racing. It's extremely difficult to find spots to practice, so I would like it a lot more if we could spend more time in the car, but time in the car is also expensive. Things do go wrong and you do get upset a bit, and you know, you'd like to go a bit quicker, and the car is not always as quick as you want it to be, but you tend to deal with it and come back to the pits and ask the guys to improve on certain things and setups, but all in all, it's just about having fun.
Quite lucky though. Yeah, that's very lucky.
Jeez, guys, this is the worst ever. The worst piece of route I've ever driven in my life.
Rough.
It's rough.
Up to the mountains though.
Unbelievable, and I drove like an absolute idiot.
Oh, everyone's driving badly.
Especially in the beginning. I think we'll be 30th by tomorrow morning. In any case, we didn't get out of the car, did what we had to do.